Welcome back everyone to Mulu's Cooking. Today we're gonna make injera. Injera is Ethiopian bread, big flat bread, and we call it injera, and it's made out of many flours depending what you want, but usually back home it's made with this flour. It's called teff, and this teff is this is big for individuals. This is really big, but if you want this flour, you can find it on Amazon, 1 pound, 2 pound, and you can buy it as you go. And so right now we're gonna go ahead and show you guys how we start and then how we make it. So let's go ahead and see what we need to make the bread. What we need is 1 cup of that flour, which I just took out, and this is 1 cup. We're gonna add this into this little bowl, and we're gonna add water and make it kind of like a little bit runny, and we're gonna do that and leave that for at least 3 days. And when we do that, what happens is it helps it to ferment. I wash my hand and I'm just gonna mix it up and smooth it really well. Once I mix it really well, I'm going to cover it. I'm gonna leave this for 3 days, and then we're gonna come back and see it within 3 days. Now I'm ready to do the next step, and what we're gonna do first is I have the Teff flour. I have 4 cups in here, and I also have another 4 cups here. I'm just gonna put them in this pan. I think I can fit both, the 8 cups total. I'm gonna add them all in here. And what we're gonna do is turn on the heat to large and to number 3, to the lowest you can. And what I do is I'm constantly going to mix it to make it warm. And why we need to make this is many times I have tried to make injera different way from different friends. They tell me different kind of way of making it, but I never seem to get it right. I always, you know, have a hard time, and then I ended up throwing it away. So this time my sister told me that how we make injera back home is like this. So they warm up the flour. I'm gonna add a little bit so that it warms up faster. They warm it up, not just warm it up, but like literally until it's really good hot. But you gotta mix it constantly because you don't want it to burn from the bottom. And once we do that, we're gonna put it in the big pan and cook it. So I asked her, why do we do this? To make this bread, there's so many different steps that different people take to make it, right? And she told me if I did this, I don't have to do all the other steps that I used to do, even though it didn't work at the end of the day. And she said to try this. So a month ago I tried this way, and it came out better than I expected. I was so happy. I was just beside myself. And so ever since then I decided to make it this way, and this is the simplest way I have learned, and I always look for something simple to make it. And I hope you're going to try this, and if you do, if it's easy for you, I hope you will give it a try. And also, why use this flour, the Teff flour? This Teff flour is it grows only in Ethiopia. It's a very small grain. It looks like if you pick up a sand in the beach, literally that's what it looks like, so fine. And but somehow they brought it here in America. They're growing it in Idaho. So the bag that I show you guys in the beginning, the company is based in Idaho. They make this Teff, and thank God to them, and we can buy it and have Teff Injera. And this grain is full of iron. It is gluten-free. Anybody who have a gluten problem, you can actually bake so many different kind of recipes with this. I haven't tried it because I don't have a problem, you know, with gluten. So the only time I will eat this is with injera. If I want other bread, I can just go ahead and get my bread. So you can bake with it, you can make pasta with it, you can do any kind, but it is really a lifesaver for gluten people that have gluten problem. It will really save them so many things, so many problems. And that's why this flour is very very healthy also. It has a lot of iron, and some people say it doesn't make you gain weight. I don't think so. My experience is like if I eat constantly this, I will definitely gain weight. So I wouldn't take that to heart, meaning that you will not gain weight if you just eat this flour. But this is definitely better than other flours, especially the bleach one. And so I'm gonna keep doing this until it's really warm. Now I finished mixing up the flour and it's warm to the temperature where I need it. Total I did it for 12 minutes at 4. The heat was at 4, so below medium. So 3 days ago we made this, right? And this is what it looks like. It's fermented. It smells fermented also. It looks really good, and this is what I'm going to use. But first I'm gonna add the flour into the big container so it helps me mix it. Here is my Teff warm up, really nice, ready to go. So I'm gonna put it here slowly. Hopefully I don't spill it. And then I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna use this because I don't want to be burning my hand. And here is my ersho. And now all we need to do is mix it up. Of course we're gonna add water. This water is a little bit of warm, just a little bit. But if you want, you can use room temperature. Doesn't have to be warm. I just did it because so that doesn't cool the flour. I'm gonna mix it up really well, and I'm gonna show you guys the consistency that we're gonna leave it. There's no need measuring or anything, but if you guys want exact measurement, I will try to make it with exact measurement. But just so you know, the flour is total is 8 cup, and then the fermented is 1 cup. So I've been mixing it really well for about 5 minutes, but still not mixed good. But I think this mixer is really doing good. It's better than my hand it can ever done it. So to mix it really good, it needs to be massaged. And I'm gonna massage it more. And I've been mixing it and mixing it until I get out of breath. This is really a lot of work, but it's worth it. Worth to eat it. So you do this really well. Make sure you mix it. At least give it 5 to 7 minute massage. And this is a little bit thick, so I'm going to add a little more water. I want it to be loose, the thickness. Now look at how loose it is. The reason has to be loose is so it helps it fermented easily, so that it helps to get around, and it does its job, what the dough does to be fermented. So that's what my sister said, so I'm gonna follow, and this is how exactly I did it. And I'm hoping this is gonna be just like the one I did in the beginning, so I'm sharing this with you guys. So that's once we did it this way, then I have this container, and apparently we have to use Tupperware, like this bigger one. One of the reasons probably mine was going bad or was not working is because I use metals. I will use the big pan for cooking, just because I never like to use Tupperware. That's why. But I decided to use this. So if you have something big like this, make sure you use something like this. So I'm gonna put it in here. Now let's go ahead, add it in here like that. And make sure you get every piece of it, because it came a long way. We won't waste it no matter what. You gotta use the spatula, get everything. That's what we said. Even the injera, the bread, we don't, if we're full or something like leftover, we don't throw it away. We're like, you can't, this is injera, it's like gold. And so we're done. Most of it is done. Now I'll put it in here. I'm gonna make sure mix it again. Bring this. And that's it. I'm gonna leave it like this for, I'm trying to make it for 24 hours, but the best one is to make it in 3 days. I don't want to wait for 3 days, so we're gonna look at it tomorrow this time. Okay guys, so I will show you guys what I do with the rest of the teff. So if you're like me, you make injera once in a while and this is big, and you just leave it on the kitchen floor or in the garage, it's gonna rotten, like it's gonna create bugs. So eventually you're going to throw it away. So after I have done that twice, and I made a room in my fridge to not throw it ever again. So what I do is I put like about as many as it will take the zip bag. It's easier to I'll fill up the bag, and I think sometimes if it's full, it takes about 5.5 zip bag. So just make space in your fridge, and you keep it in your fridge, and whenever you need to make injera the night before, you take out the teff, just keep it in the kitchen counter, and then you do just the way I did it. Or if you have any other way to make injera that is easier for you, you can do it, but it's best to keep it out of the fridge for at least overnight, so it's not too cold when you're using it. So about this much is good enough, so you can zip it, and it has space to get the air out. And once you lay it down, so you can put it on top of each other, this is how you want it to look. Not too full, because it might tear the zipper back too. So I'm done with all the bag. Now all you can do is you just make it where it's easy to lay on top of each other like that, or you can stand them like this. Well, it's opening on me. And you just open it up, and then you're gonna shake off the flour and seal it back. And you can either keep it like this in the fridge. And this is my last one. Usually it will give me 5.5, but I already used some today, like about 9 cup, and last time I also used some of it too. So this is how much I have left, and this is how you can keep it in the fridge, so you can use it whenever, and it will last a year, 2 years. It's you know, it doesn't go bad. And so it's been 36 hours since I make the dough, and it looks good. After this, I have a little bit warm faucet water, and we're just gonna mix it a little bit. I'm ready to make it all ready for the second step. But first, yeah, mix it like that. So I added the water. So we're just gonna mix it really good again, because we don't want to leave anything in the bottom. Now let's see if it's really perfect to make the dough. We don't want it to be too thick. I think it's a little thick, so I added a little more water. I'm gonna check it again. This is it. This is good. You can tell it's lighter on your hand, even though when you pick it up and pour it, it's a lot lighter than when I checked it the first one. And then we're gonna leave it until it rises again, and if not, 7 hours is good enough. Okay guys, so I have been I've been waiting for it to like rise up, or even settled, like separate the water. It hasn't done that, and I think I know what it is. It's the weather. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix it up. I can see right now it's kind of rising, because I can feel it bubbling, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try, because it's been 7.5 hours. Been waiting for it, but it looks good and thick. I'm ready to try. So what I do is I have this measuring cup. This is what I use. It's really great because it has that little opening. It helps to pour the dough into making an injera. I take 3 of this, or it's almost 2 cups to make 1 injera. And now I have my Mogogo. We call it Mogogo, or some other people call it mitad. It has 2 different names, but I grew up calling it Mogogo. And this is paper towel. You just put a little bit of cooking oil. I use that because it helps to clean any residue from the pan, and just get rid of it all. wipe it really well, take all the oils, and then I'm gonna cover it back again, maybe for a minute or so. And I have this setting at 400. So keep your fingers for me. I hope it's gonna come out good. Keep trying like the first injera. Now you can hear it. Come on, come on, come on. It's looking good. I like the way it's looking. I like it. Not bad for first injera. That means I have hope. So by the second and third, it's actually gonna come out good. Hallelujah. Okay, let's see the first injera. Hey, not bad. Looks good. This is what it looks like. First one. I'm really happy with this. And then we gotta clean the Mogogo, and then we're just gonna cover it for a minute and a half to get the heat going. It looks like it's hot, and I can feel how hot it is too. And now I forgot to show you guys how much do you need for one injera. Right now I have it 1 3/4 cup. I'm gonna go slow because I get shaky and messed up in the middle. So, and if you do miss like me, and that's okay, we just go back and cover it again. There's always a way. Now I'm gonna wait a little bit to see. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Wow. Today is a blessed Sunday. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait. Let me just cover it, and then we're gonna watch it in a little bit. And let's see. Wow. Maybe I might have to wait a little bit for it. It's not. I opened it too early. It's gorgeous. And this has nothing at all. Just the water I added this morning. I don't add Perrier or anything. Some people usually add Perrier to help the eyes pop up. I don't have to do that, so I'm happy. Okay, third injera. It's looking good. And I'm going to finish it this way, and then we will see the last result, the end, once I finish with everything. This one is even better. And here's the thing, as you make the injera, like the first one is a little bit kind of dough looking, and then the second one is a little better, and then the third one, and then as you're making more injera, it gets just beautiful. That means the heat is getting all around, everything is just working. So it takes 1 or 2 injera, at least for me, to get it going. Is the third injera. and then you just pull it slowly. Perfect. And look at this one. This is the best so far, but I have no doubt it's gonna get better and better. Okay, so I'm done. Now I have left about this much, and this is I'm gonna save this for the next injera that I'm going to make, which is the dough. If you guys remember in the beginning, it took me 3 days to make the ersho, or the first fermented. So from now on, I have this. I'm going to keep this in the fridge for as long as I want, and if it becomes settled and it will have water on top, sometimes you can just dump slowly the water and add more water and save it, and you can have it long time that way. And then when you're ready to make another injera, you just take this out, you mix it with the flour of your choice, and then you just do the steps to make the injera. You don't have to wait to make this fermented. And then so you put it in the towel, spread out so it cools down. And then so here's my injera. So this is the best I have gotten it, and this is what it looks like. So mine in the bottom has also what it looks like on top, which is, we call it the eye. But I'm not gonna complain. I have it both ways, and sometimes the edge of the Mogogo or mitad, it doesn't have heat, so this is why you get these ones. But I'm not gonna complain. I'm really super excited about this, and this is what it looks like.